everybody, it's Jennifer Norman. Welcome to day 28 of From My Closet, a project that I started to help spread a little bit of inspiration and a little bit of happiness by talking about a topic of interest and also giving away something from my closet with every episode. I'm doing this for 30 days, so we are in the home stretch. Very, very exciting. Today, I wanted to talk about our relationship with our appearance. Boy, this is a tightrope that we walk each and every day from when we are young up until, way into adulthood. I can remember when I was younger, I suffered from really, really bad acne. Those of you who remember me from junior high school and high school know that I just had the worst skin ever. And I was extremely self-conscious about it. I would ask my mom if I could go to a dermatologist to, get a prescription or something to fix it. And she said no because she thought that it was vanity. At the time, she was very, very puritanical. So I suffered through homemade remedies of trying to figure out how to deal with, having this awful acne. And also not, at the time, I wasn't allowed to wear makeup until I was 16. Funny that I happened to end up going into skincare and things that are in the beauty industry and cosmetics later in life, but these things happen for a reason. Anyway, I didn't realize at the time that, a lot of skin issues are caused by internal things. I just thought that, this was just something that happened to me and that nobody else had it, or maybe some people had a problem, but it just felt like I was the only one at the time that was suffering from this problem. I was so self-conscious, and it really impacted my ability to be sociable with other people and to be happy. I felt like my happiness was tied to the way that I look. And, definitely going on in life, I know that continued for a very long time. Is like, our happiness is so intertwined with our identity, and, whether our hair is cooperating in a certain way or whether or not our skin is doing something that we want it to or not, it could make or break your day sometimes. And, so, later in life, as I was trying to find solutions for, skin and kind of, learning a little bit more about dermatology and such, I'm not a dermatologist. I've just worked in the industry for some time. And so, quite a lot about the physiology of skin and what happens. A lot of what happens is beneath the surface. It's inflammation. It's a lot of things that are going on that are imbalances with respect to environmental things. It could be pollution, it could be too much sun, it could be just things out in the environment that are not agreeing with your body. And then it's also the things that you're eating. It's your habits, like how much sleep that you're getting. And so what this does is it creates imbalance in your chemistry so that you're producing potentially more inflammation. And so, things like antioxidants are really good to help quench that inflammation in things that you're putting on your skin as well as in your diet. So that's why they say, eat those, acai berries in your shakes, have those blueberries, eat those strawberries, eat those leafy greens, things that are, going to help quench oxidative damage and prevent you from getting DNA damage and creating, a lot more issues that tend to show up on your skin. Because wouldn't you know it, now we're in the most stressful time. Stress has a tendency to show up on your skin. Cortisol levels, your hormones, impact your skin immensely. And so, certainly there are things that we can control and certain things that we can do to help mitigate some of the issues that kind of do end up showing up on our skin, but they're not definitely foolproof, and, nothing is going to be like the absolute magic bullet to end things like collagen breakdown and aging, or potentially acne. If that's something that you suffer, it's going to be really, really difficult. But certainly certain things can help. And at least when we do find things in our lives that can help control things to a place where they don't bother us so much, maybe that acne is managed to a certain degree that you're not necessarily so concerned, or it's not something that's on your mind so much, then I think that that's actually a really good thing. If you are really bothered by, certain things like sun damage or wrinkles, or you're just, you're so tied to your appearance, and there's for the time period, there's no way around it other than, kind of in intermediation, then I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I know, some people will be very quick to judge others that, go and decide to have Botox or decide to have injections and things like that. But honestly, that's really something that I think is really up to that individual. And it's something very personal for that person. If it helps them to feel at ease with themselves while they're working on other things, then that turns into a healthier relationship with their identity, and potentially in with other things in life. But on the flip side, if you are so concerned about your appearance and what others think, and so self-conscious that it completely impacts your ability to live, kind of like how I was as a teen, then that is where there are things that we want to take a look at that are deeper, and more causal. Recognizing, I think, in growing up, I've learned that, our bodies, we are not our bodies. We are our souls, and we are the awareness that are within our bodies. And so it becomes easier to kind of think about your body or your skin, your largest organ, as almost like an avatar. I essentially put on a full face of makeup for each of these videos because I want to be kind to the people that are watching this. I don't want you to have to stare at somebody that just doesn't look very good. But I also care. It's a sign that I care very much about you, and hoping that you kind of see something that's aesthetic and will want to continue tuning in, because you like what you see. It's just the way that the human mind works. Yeah, if there is something within you that is so diseased by what you're seeing, or what your appearance is, and what your identity is, it's definitely a good idea to think about yourself as being this soul which is inside this, and that helps to create a little bit of separation and a little bit of objectivity, so that it doesn't hurt so much. What do I mean by that? Well, if you feel that you are unattached from your physical being, then you can essentially look at yourself a little bit more clearly and say, okay, these are certain things that I might be able to do and control in order to improve what it is that I don't like about myself. It's almost like a little bit of a self-diagnosis by, separating yourself from the emotion of being yourself. And that comes with self-awareness, and it comes with meditation, and it comes with time. It's not easy, like I said at the beginning. It's really a tightrope, and it's not it's not something that can just like happen overnight. But hopefully it will help us all to feel that we can look inside and really kind of think about ourselves as being not necessarily even our thoughts, just the connectedness that we have with each other as energetic entities, and understand that if we operate from a place of love, if we operate from a place where we can have self-love, then we can self-improve, then we can most likely help to control a lot of the chemistry that is happening within our physical selves, to create more balance, to create more calm and more homeostasis, so that we make the right choices in order to help ourselves from a physical perspective. We might want to evaluate what we're eating, because there are a lot of times where I will honestly be able to say, just because I've developed this ability to just like look at somebody and recognize, wow, there's some sort of, there's something wrong with that person's diet. And if they could get to the root of the problem, not necessarily focusing on the psoriasis or the eczema, or some of the external conditions that manifest because of the inflammation within, it's kind of like that will enable you to be able to recognize these are the sorts of things that you can control and make a change in to improve your overall health and your overall wellness. There's also something interesting that has been going on now for a little bit of time, and that is the body positivity movement. And that is essentially a celebration of individuals for being who they are, the way that they are, the way that they look, which is really amazing. It helped to for many particular women, to not necessarily have to point to the supermodels of before and those magazine images that are so heavily retouched and think that that's what they're supposed to look like. There's just like such a great divide, and it was creating such, mental unwellness in a lot of young girls and even in a lot of grown women, frankly, who just felt that they were inadequate because of what they saw in these images and this sense of idealism in those images and what they self-perceived themselves to be. And so now that a lot of that is just, shaking out, it's shutting down, who would have ever thought that Victoria's Secret would essentially be almost going out of business and need to be sold, because nobody really, buys into the whole supermodel approach and looking like that kind of Victoria's Secret angel anymore. It's just it's done. It's very interesting. So I think that that's just something that is a very interesting movement. Although it's important to know that while we're celebrating people for where they are and who they are at that time, that doesn't mean that there can't be self-improvement. It doesn't mean that happiness is equivalent to contentedness. So I am absolutely an advocate for people to be happy who they are, where they are, where they are in their own journeys, and for others not to be judgmental of that. But if there is something inside that is making you unwell and it's manifesting itself in the physical, then address that thing that is causing that imbalance from within. Don't be content and say, I'm celebrating this way that I am, and shroud the opportunity to improve yourself, your health, and your overall well-being if there is something wrong there. So I hope that helped shed a little bit of light on, our relationship with our appearance. Again, it's such a tricky one. I have to say that this is one that I've battled pretty much all of my life. It's been really a tough one, but I'm getting there. I'm getting to a place where I'm a little bit better. Okay, so now for the giveaway, I'm going to actually step over here into my bathroom. And since I'm talking about skincare and beauty care, I thought it'd be kind of fun to give away a whole beauty haul. I've got a whole bag of there's stuff in here that's like Sephora and from other places too, but all of this is brand new. Everything is either like shrink wrapped or in their original packaging. This is a Murad Night Fix enzyme treatment. This is a Amla Glow rejuvenating youth oil. This is a, let's see, Le Serum Sans Hydrant, so it's a moisturizing serum. Again, everything's got shrink wrap on it. It's not used. This is a 111 Skin Crypto ATP Sports Booster. This is a Vegamore Pure Marula Oil with bergamot. This is a great natural company I actually used to work for. And then last but not least, there is a Perricone Blue Plasma product here. So all of these fun things you can see on my makeup table can be yours. If you're interested in them, just raise your hand, let me know, and provide your shipping address through a DM or to my email, jennifer@the-hbm.com, and I will send it to you. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow for day 29. Catch you then. Bye.